I'll tell y'all what, man. I'll tell y'all what. Knicks in 5 is all I got to say. Knicks in 5. You know the vibes. We're just chilling. No big deal. You lose a heartbreaking loss, you lose a heartbreaking loss. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you lose in historic fashion, in embarrassing fashion. And sometimes you just got to bounce back from it. You know, ball up top, roll it out. Let's do it. Let's hoop. All right. We got more games to play. Now, Dimitri, what's up now? Justice's dad, Marilyn Tinsley, what's popping, everybody? Daniel Berry Sports, Susan, of course, what's popping? Jelano, what's up, Jelano? Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Ball up top, man. Let's hoop. Let's play. I'm not even putting the Knicks gear on today. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. They got to earn it back. Right? They got to earn it back tomorrow. See, the beauty about the NBA playoffs, though, beauty about the conference finals, games tomorrow. Got one day off in between. Roll the ball out. His dad said, with 8 seconds left, OG, just turn and throw it up in the air towards the hoop. We can vent in the chat if y'all want, but I'm ready to move on personally. I'm ready to move on. I'm good to go. I spent all night last night moaning and groaning about it. I didn't go to sleep till like 2:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I just stayed up. I was like, I need to do something to get my mind off of this. Booted up the old PS5, played a video game until I was tired enough to go to bed. Lord knows I wasn't tired after that game. I was not tired. I was so angry and frustrated. My adrenaline was pumping. I was like, no way that happened. So I just booted up a video game and was like, let me get my mind off of this. Get me as far away from NBA basketball as possible. Let me boot up a video game. Let me transport into a fantasy world. Let me get out of here. That was my mentality last night, you know? Just dad said I wasn't going to bring it up. It's over with. We got a whole basketball game to go through tonight. And normally, you know, we watch these games with the perspective and the lens of Knicks fans, obviously, because we're all Knicks fans here. At least, well, we are all Knicks. There's 16 people here. Obviously, a lot less people versus when we do Knicks games, because it's weird, but something I've learned is that there are people who are basketball fans and people who are Knicks fans. That's just weird to me, but it is what it is. So normally we watch these games outside of Knicks games with the perspective of, okay, how is this game going to affect the Knicks? How are we going to match up? Who's going to make it out of this? Who are we playing in the finals, right? Like, that's usually the mentality we watch these games at. Until the Knicks take a lead in the series, and I'm saying go up 2-1, not just tied up at 1-1, which they will do tomorrow. Until they go up 2-1, we're not going to watch these games through that lens. We're just going to watch these games looking for some good old basketball. That's what we're doing. And all I said, I just thought of something crazy would happen. What happened, Jelano? What are you thinking about? Why are these spams so much in my chat recently, man? What am I doing to get all these spams? Where's my multi-chat? Why is my multi-chat not up? That's weird. Do I have to redo this now? That sucks. I guess I'll have to redo that, but for now, I guess I'll just reach out over here for tonight. David House Jr., what's up, David? Just that said, I am over it. I'm over it too. David House Jr. said, what was said between Cat and OG? They're probably just arguing over defensive coverages. It's basketball, man. It's basketball. No big deal. Right? You get into it, especially if, you know, we've talked about it. When the Knicks defense struggles, it's a lack of communication. And so what they're probably talking about and arguing there is like, why aren't you stepping up on the screen? And they're like, that's not what we're doing. We were supposed to do this, and instead you're doing that, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. And you need to just be up, and you need to fight through that screen. He's probably saying, fight through the screen. Brother, you need to step up and give me an opportunity to get over the screen. This guy's walking into wide open three. Step up. A whole lot of that going on, which is a whole lot of nothing. It's just arguing about basketball. They go into practice. They watch the film. I'm sure they were joking and laughing today during the shoot around and walkthroughs that they had. There were interviews that came out. I saw the Bridges one where he was like, "Hey man, like morale is high, vibes are good, like just basketball. You lose a game you should have won. You go back to the drawing board. You watch the film. You figure out what went right and what went wrong, and you improve it for the next game." They played 46 minutes of pretty damn good basketball, and then melted down at the end. A lot of it was some dark voodoo magic from the Pacers side. I mean, this guy went 8 for 9 from 3-point range, which is like NBA players don't go 8 for 9 from 3-point range on wide open looks. And a lot of these guys were like under pressure, under duress, a guy flying at him. He went 8 for 9 from 3. Like sometimes you tip your cap and you just go, God damn it, you got those. Now, a lot of them were a result of miscommunication and bad defense from the Knicks. We talked about it. But you lick your wounds and you get up and you move forward, man. Lick your wounds, you get up and you move forward. Delano said, I need your attention for like 20 seconds. What is it, brother? What is it? I'm here. Namar, what's up, Namar? Edwards is going to win it tonight? I hope so, because I hope this is a fun series. Don't go down 0-2, please. Don't do that. Lana Monas, what's up, Lana? How are you? Now game 2 is a must. Can't go to Indy down 0-2, agree. I mean, I hate the whole idea of like, oh, now this game it's now a must-win game. Like, they're all must-wins. Like, it's the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, what are we talking about? This is the playoffs. This isn't the regular season where it's like game 62 you could label as a must-win game because you need to send a message. You need to but during the play, like they're all must-wins. You only have so many games in order to play around with, right? And you lost one of those opportunities the other night, or last night, I should say. You lost that opportunity. So. Delano said, wouldn't it be dope if GTA 6 and 2K26 crossed over? That would never happen, Delano, because GTA 6 is made by Rocksteady Studios, which is a Rockstar Studios. And Rockstar Studios is one of the best, most perfectionist game developers to ever exist. And 2K is obviously developed by 2K Interactive. And they're one of the most money-hungry, money-mongering video game development companies to ever exist. And Rockstar would never work with 2K for basketball reasons because they have a high bar for the quality of their video games, and 2K does not. 2K throws out slop every year, brother. That ain't happening. Rockstar would much rather develop their own basketball minigame, and it would most likely be significantly better than anything 2K has put out over the last decade or so. Namara said, do you think Edwards wins today? I don't, but I hope so. Kay Hazy said, Bridges seems to have a good attitude about it. Like, they're basketball players, man. I also have a good attitude about it. I would hope they would. Because you got another game tomorrow. You better just wipe that out of there. We're getting ready for the jump ball. Is that Scott Foster? Scott Foster in the building for the game tonight? Which unfortunately means he's probably not doing the game tomorrow night. I like Scott Foster, unfortunately. I thought it was a pretty decent officiated game the other night. I know obviously there's missed calls. The big goaltending call that led to the 3 that wiped what should have been a 6-point lead to a 1-point lead. I get it, but I thought for the most part it was fine. Knicks died because they made mistakes. Randall, right corner 3, can't get it to go. First shot of the game is off of Minnesota, and here comes OKC and the newly minted MVP of the league, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has it up top. Dancing with it, driving it down against Gobert, stops, turns, pivots, up top to Dort, swings it over to J-Dub, attacking Conley, kicks it out to Chet Holmgren for a 3. He can't get it to go. Edwards with the rebound, he's going to bring it down. Edwards coming to it right off the screen. They showed 2 defenders. He's going along the baseline, kicks it out to McDaniels, swings it out to Conley. Conley with the pass fake, 1 dribble in, mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Gobert tips it out to Edwards, pump fakes, goes to the basket, gets the layup to go. Big, strong, athletic move from Anthony Edwards. Hey Hazy said Neesmith's shots and Halliburton's circus shot ridiculous. They did some voodoo magic, man. They did some voodoo magic for sure. Nice cut to the basket by Homer, and he gets an easy layup out of it. Just as his dad said, "Where's the mod?" Mark, where's Mark at? Where's Mark at? I don't know, brother, but I'll take care of it for tonight. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Randall slips and falls, gets tied up with Dort. Not a great start for Big Julius. David said, "Remember, we're a good road team. We are a good road team. Indiana's a pretty damn good home team, though, too. So it's going to be a battle. Indiana's a great place to play at, but so was Detroit, and the Knicks, handled that extremely well." Justice's dad said, "No professional franchise will touch a NC-17 game like GTA. It's family friendly." GTA is not NC-17 though, brother. It's rated M, which is not NC-17. NC-17 is a different rating. Scott Foster's bleeding. He's leaking blood, Scott Foster is. What happened, Scott? What happened? You got hit in the face with something? David said, "I'd rather Brunson have 30 and play more defense." Brunson's defense was not the issue. Josh Hart's defense was. Oh, Dort slapped Scott Foster in the face is what happened. Should be an automatic ejection for Lou Dort, man. Yeah, I mean, the worst defensive performances last night came from Josh Hart and, interestingly enough, OG Anunoby. Like, those were the guys losing players, Neesmith and Nembhard. Nembhard in the overtime, like, something that gets swept under the rug is what's his name? Josh Hart losing Nembhard just on a backdoor, like, Josh Hart's just standing on the three, watching Halliburton with the ball. Nembhard just walks past him, jogs, doesn't even sprint. It's not a hard cut. Just jogs past behind him, and Halliburton hits Nembhard wide open under the basket by himself. Josh Hart just got caught sleeping. Huge play. It gave Indiana the lead at a time where, like, if you get a defensive stop there, you have the lead, you get the ball back, about a minute to go. Like, you're putting yourself in a pretty good situation in overtime there, and just terrible defense from Josh Hart down the stretch. And pretty bad communication from OG Anunoby all night, and that's where you get the argument between Anunoby and Towns. Cone Eye of the Storm, what's up, Cone? I assume the Knicks put away the game easily. They did, brother. They did. John said, "That's exactly what I'm thinking of doing when I become a multimillionaire or billionaire, is create a GTA-style game where you can drive to arenas and watch people play online." Hey, man, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Do you think, brother? Do you think? Just as dad said, put out an AI Knicks championship run video game because it's the only way we're going to get one. Hey, man, don't touch AI. MBM, what's up, MBM? Just dad said, today the Yankee game was half full in the bleach with school-age kids. They aren't getting involved with Rockstar for a GTA game as cool as it would be. Rockstar's not working with anybody, man. Rockstar is in a league of their own when it comes to video game development. Harnstein with a good box down and rebound off of McDaniel's miss. 4-2. J-Dub bringing it down, mid-range jumper over. Gobert, he splashes it. 6-2. They're getting off to a really good start. Edwards up top, coming to his left off the Gobert screen, driving it down at the foul line. Pump fake, spins, kicks it out to Conley. Now back to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Dort. We know Dort's a great defender. He swings it out to Conley. Conley tries to hit the bounce pass to Gobert, gets it knocked away. McDaniels a corner three, and he knocks it down. All right, McDaniels, way to get on the action. Lana Mona said Cat and Brunson liability on defense. Yeah, which is why you can't also have Anunoby and Josh Hart be liabilities on defense, and that's exactly what they were last night. Randall fouls Chet Holmgren as Hartenstein threw the lob to him. Right? If you know Brunson and Towns are a liability, which I didn't think they were terrible last night. I wouldn't say that they were good, but I didn't think they were terrible last night defensively. But Josh Hart, I would say, was terrible last night defensively. OG Anunoby was not nearly good enough or as good as we know he is defensively. He's a little bit all over the place, especially towards the end, just losing guys, not communicating well enough. Like, you got to be the guy. You have to be the quarterback defensively. Gobert with the rebound off a Dort missed three. Edwards bringing it down. Dancing with it against J-Dub. Takes it over to Conley, right corner three. He's got some space. Can't get it to go. Can't get it to go. SGA has it up top, being guarded by Randall. Gonna look to dance. Hesitates. Catches. Pump fake. Steps through. Takes it out to Holmgren. Holmgren. Back up top to J-Dub. J-Dub gets a running start to the basket. One-legged fall-away jumper, and he got it to go. And he got it to go. Edwards gets it over to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Edwards, a mid-range jumper. Gets it to go. Lou Dort hit the floor. Maybe trying to draw the foul on the Gobert screen. Maybe he legitimately got hit hard on the screen. But Edwards, way to knock down the mid-range jumper. He's being a lot more aggressive with the ball in his hands than he was the other night. Hartenstein fakes the handoff. Gets it over to SGA going the other way. Leaning in. Step back. Fall away baseline jumper. His go-to shot. Patented shot for SGA, and he gets it to go down. Under 8 to go. 10-7. Both teams kind of going back and forth. I like it. Randall back out to Conley. Back to Randall in the post, being guarded by J-Dub. Backing him down. Leaning in. A lot of contact. Floater. Can't get it to go. Randall on offensive rebound. In the post against Hartenstein. Pump fake. Pump fake. Step through. Pump fake. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Randall gets it back. Pump fake. Goes up. Off glass. Can't get it to go. Randall looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it there. Hit ahead to J-Dub. He gets a running start to the basket. Gets chased down. Blocked by McDaniels. Holmgren picks it up. Gets it over to Dort, and he lays it up and in. MBM said, not how you start, it's how you finish, apparently. I mean, you could argue it's how you start and how you finish, but they got to put together a full 48 for a reason. Conley finally knocks down a three, by the way, off the bounce. Hartenstein baseline floater, can't get it to go. Love to see Hartenstein miss those shots. J-Dub's down on the floor the other way. They call a foul on SGA on a reach. Lanamona said they need to try hard and stay out of foul trouble. They're too important for the team. Brunson was in foul trouble, and the Knicks went on like a 12-0 run without him. You could absolutely – this team is talented beyond belief with the 7 guys that they trust, right? So, yeah, they need to stay out of foul trouble because being in foul trouble is never good for any player. But them being in foul trouble is not why the Knicks lost. Them being the Stars being defensive liabilities is not why they lost. They lost because Josh Hart played a terrible game defensively. OG Anunoby was not good enough. Mikal Bridges was not good enough defensively. You know you have Brunson. We played 82 games in the regular season with knowing that Brunson and Towns were liabilities. And we've seen them be able to turn it up. We've gone through this whole playoff run with both of those guys being liabilities. And we saw during the Boston series in particular that this team can really turn it up defensively. The Pacers are a unique offense to go against, but we saw that stretch in the fourth quarter, halfway through it, before Brunson and Towns came back in with McBride and Robinson, what the defense could look like. We'll see what kind of decisions Tom Thibodeau will make moving forward, knowing that he might need to lean a little bit more towards his defensive lineups in this series. Like, it may not be the kind of series where you play Josh Hart 44 minutes. It may not be the kind of series where you play Brunson 45 minutes. It might be the kind of series where those guys play in the mid to high 30s. Because you're going to need to lean on Deuce McBride a little bit more. You're going to need to lean on Mitchell Robinson a little bit more. But we'll see, man. Game 2 is tomorrow. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make. Keith Modeste said, I swear the refs work for OKC in any game they play. When you're a really good team and you're an MVP level player, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt 9 times out of 10, man. Just the way basketball is. You can thank Michael Jordan for that. Michael Jordan started that whole trend. Big DeMarquez said it's not right, Halliburton chokehold. Look, man, I don't like it as much as anybody else does, but when you win, and you win in the fashion that you won, you get to say whatever you want. You really do. You really do. And you could be upset about it as the opponent. We could all be upset about it, and we could all, think he's a punk for it and think it was disrespectful and all the things. But guess what? He walked out of Madison Square Garden last night as a winner, and everybody else walked out as losers. So he's going to talk his stuff. Shot Collins, what's up, Shot Collins? And MBM said DeLon Wright might get some run. Don't hold your breath, man. Don't hold your breath. Absolutely not. DeLon Wright will not be getting any run. The run that we see DeLon Wright get is likely going to be exactly what we saw in Game 1. Where he came in for like 20 seconds. He came in for like one possession to end the quarter. Unless Tom Thibodeau has a moment of clarity where he's like, hey, man, Campaign isn't the guy. It's got to be DeLon Wright. I don't think that's going to happen, so. MBM said upset, fuel for production. Absolutely. You have to throw it up on the bulletin board and get into it. Another basketball game. We've talked about it. Another basketball game. Delano said, y'all would have did the same and the fans would have been more disrespectful. So, I disagree, Delano, because they did that to Boston 2 games in a row and you didn't see any antics like that from the Knicks. Edwards down the lane, kicks it out to McDaniel. Same spot, same shot, same result. Another 3 for Jaden McDaniels out of the left corner. Minnesota takes the lead, 13-12. All right, here comes Minnesota. Edwards taking on the challenge of J-Dub. They got McDaniels on SGA. Kicks it out to Dort. Dort to right wing 3. He splashes it. He takes the lead right away. Delano said just got to pull the belt out tomorrow. They do. They turn it over. Bad pass over to Randall. Randall can't control it. Tries to save it inbounds, but was out of bounds when he touched it. Mayweather, what's up, Mayweather? Not going to lie, that blue out looks beautiful. That blue out looks beautiful? What are we talking about, Mayweather? (15-13), halfway through this first quarter. SGA has it up top. Coming to his left off the Wallace screen, who's just checked in. DiVincenzo's just checked in as well. J-Dub hands it off to Harnstein, a floater over Gobert. He can't get it to go. Randall, a nice strong... Oh, no, Edwards, a nice strong rebound. Excuse me. Edwards has it up top, being guarded by Dort. Dancing with it. Takes it over to Randall. Back to Edwards. Edwards swings through to his right. Half spin. Takes it out. McDaniels, same spot. Can't get it to go that time. Missed that 3. Hit 2 in a row from that spot, but missed the third one. Oh, the crowd's wearing all blue. I get you, Mayweather. The blue out. I get you. Set up a white out. Blue out. I get you. It does look pretty cool. J-Dub, another mid-range pull-up jumper. Fall away, about 8 feet away, so he got much closer to the basket that time, but now it's 17-13, 5:20 to go. Edwards coming around a McDaniel screen, a mid-range pull-up jumper from him. Too long, can't get it to go. Gobert fighting on the glass. He can't get it. J-Dub hands it off to SGA. SGA over to J-Dub. On the left wing, he's going to pump fake. He's got a wide open lane to the basket. Kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace pump fakes over to SGA. SGA attacking to his left. Blows right past Edwards. High floater off glass. Got it to go over McDaniels. Got to stay in front of him, Edwards. What do you want me to tell you, man? Edwards dancing with it around the Gobert screen. Swings it out to McDaniels. He's putting his head down. Now over to Gobert. Gobert in the paint. Puts up a little floater. He can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Harnstein comes out with it. Come on, Rudy. You got to be a lot more aggressive than that. SGA bringing it down against DiVincenzo. Has him in the post. Backing him down. Fall away jumper. Banks it in. SGA is putting on an MVP level performance so far. Calm, cool, and collected. Controlling the game. Randall gets it knocked out of bounds by J-Dub. Naz Reid is going to check in. A 7-point lead for OKC has opened. An 8-point lead, has opened up for OKC. Edwards has it up top. Coming to his right, dancing with it, gets it over to DiVincenzo, curling off a Gobert screen. Euro steps down the lane, scoop layup off glass, gets it to go over Holmgren. Nice finish from Dante. My man Dante. Way to hoop, brother, way to hoop. Coming off a terrible game the other night to get it out to Holmgren. He's going to pump fake. He's going to dance with it. Takes it out to Isaiah Joe, back to Holmgren. He's going to pump fake. Drive to his left on Gobert. Little fall away, pull-up jumper comes up short. Good defense from Rudy. And Naj Reid will bring it down. Gets it over to Edwards. Edwards will bring it down. A deep pull-up three for Edwards. A terrible shot. Can't get it to go. Isaiah Joe with the rebound. Here comes SGA. SGA up top. Come to his right off the Holmgren screen. Dancing with it in the lane. And draws the foul. And Rudy Gobert is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Delano said 6'3" and under, playing against 7-footers and cooking them. Jalen Brunson's really that guy, man. What do you want me to tell you? Smallest guy on the court, smallest superstar in the league, smallest star remaining in the playoffs, and still cooking everybody. SGA knocks down his first free throw. He's got one more coming. SGA knocks down both free throws. Here comes McDaniels. Alexander Walker has it up top, being guarded by Isaiah Joe. Coming to his right. Gets it over to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Dort. Gets it over to Gobert. Hands it back off to Edwards. Good handoff screen. Edwards to the basket. They don't give him the foul there. Putting his hands up saying, you just gave SGA that foul. DiVincenzo comes flying. He can't get it. Edwards gets the rebound. Gets it knocked out of his hands by Joe. Here comes SGA. Full head of steam. Driving it down against Alexander Walker. And Alexander Walker knocks it out of bounds. Up top to Holmgren. He's going to fire the three. No hesitation over Gobert. He can't get it to go. Edwards with the rebound. Wallace knocked it out of his hands, but Naj Reid was able to pick it up. Here comes Dante. Dante bringing it down. Dancing around the Edwards screen. Gets it over to Edwards. Edwards jab step back to Dante. An open three in rhythm. Got it to go down. There you go, Dante. There you go, Dante. Not 2 bad games in a row. Don't give him 2 bad games in a row, Dante. 2 for 2 to start. Alexander Walker up top, coming to his right. Well, they gave him a shot attempt on the putback, on the tip that he missed. So now he's 2 for 3. Holmgren dancing with it. Puts it above glass. He can't get it to go, but he draws the foul on Alexander Walker. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. Delano said the tallest basketball players I ever played with were 6'7". I almost always get steals from them because I'm so tiny but crafty. Yeah, back when I used to play ball in college, like just pickup ball. I didn't play ball in college. That came out the wrong way. I did not play organized basketball in college. When I would just go to the gym and hoop in some open runs, I was often one of, if not the smallest guy on the court. And so my whole game plan defensively was like, I'm just going to slap at the ball. And if I foul you, I foul you. But I got a lot of steals, brother. I got a lot of steals. Pull this up. Jelano said, my favorite thing is to shoot threes, 4-pointers, and free throws. Only thing I know how to do besides my hustling skills. Hey, man, at least you're hustling. At least you're hustling. If you are a player on the court who is less skilled than the other players in the game, just hustle. Just hustle. You'll get picked up for the next game if you just hustle. (18-23). Another grind it out, slap them up kind of game. Randall is yet to score after his scorching hot start in game 1. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Edwards is 2 for 6. He's being a lot more aggressive looking for a shot. He's got 5 rebounds already, 3 assists as well. DiVincenzo quickly off the bench with 5 quick points. As for the Thunder, everybody getting in on the action. 2 for Holmgren, 6 for Jalen Williams, 8 for Shea, 5 for Lou Dory, knocked down a 3, 2 for Isaiah Hartenstein, that little floater along the baseline. David said, I played Summer League in Jersey Shore. Junior Smith was junior at Lakewood High School playing on my team. Oh, J.R. Smith. Jeez. I saw J.R. and said junior. J.R. Smith was junior at Lakewood High School playing on my team. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I got to play against Kyle Anderson when he was at St. Anthony's. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Alana said, you look about 5'7" to 5'9". I'm about 5'6". I'm about 5'7", 5'8". Right on the head. About average height. On a good day, I'm 5'8", 5'9". The right shoes on. Big Rud. What's up, Big Rud? Sheffy 6'6" out of Georgetown head guard. I wish, man. I wish. I wish. So we're back into it. Holmgren's at the foul line. He knocks down his first free throw. David said 6'2". That's solid height, David. That's solid height. I'm picking you up from my pickup team, brother. I see you out on the court at 6'2". I'm picking you up. Holmgren knocks down both free throws. Edwards has it in the high post on the right wing, being guarded by Wallace. Backing him down in the paint. Puts up a tough floater. Got it to go over Holmgren. Edwards being a lot more aggressive, looking for a shot here to open the game. That's 7 shots already for Edwards. SGA driving it down, kicks it out to Isaiah Joe at the last second. He gets an open look from 3. The pass was a little off, but was able to gather it, misses it. The long rebound finds its way out to Wallace. Holmgren on the left wing. Hands it off to Joe again. He's going to hesitate. Now pocket pass, and Holmgren goes up to the basket, gets the layup to go. And the Wolves looking to push it quickly. Edwards looking to dance, spinning to his right, pulls it back, cross court up top to Naj Reid, swings it out to Randall. Randall catches, pump fakes, going along the baseline under the basket, kicks it out to Alexander Walker for a right corner 3, and he knocks it down, and the others knocking down 3, something they did not do the other night. Still a 4-point deficit for Minnesota, but they're right in there. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter to get it out to Holmgren with the running star all the way to the basket. He gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Delano said, when I make a certain amount of money, I'm getting height enhancement surgery. I'm going to be 6'3". A little overrated, buddy. You're good at where you're at. You're good at where you're at. Don't worry about it. You're good at where you're at, my man. Trust me. Delano said, 100K for my surgery. Can't do nothing but therapy for 6 months to a year, but I think it's worth it. You're good, brother. You're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Trust me. You're good at where you're at. Holmgren's back at the foul line for 2 more free throws. Knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Kenrich Williams was a huge story in game 1. He comes in for Isaiah Joe. Holmgren knocks down both free throws yet again. He's perfect from the foul line. Alexander Walker up top to Randall. Randall gets it over to Dante. Dante gets it over to Edwards. Edwards, high post, right wing. One-on-one against Wallace. Leans in, step back, mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. SGA with the rebound, he's bringing it down. 6-point lead for them. SGA is going to dance with it inside to Holmgren, kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace with the 3 over Edwards. Too long, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Holmgren. Ball's going to go back to Minnesota. Dante bringing it down. Gets it over to Naj Reid. Dancing with it, gets it out to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo swings it over to Randall. Randall inside the... That was Edwards. Edwards inside to Randall. Randall kicks it out to Edwards at the last second. He's going to drive it down now to the paint. High off glass. Gets it to go. I like the aggressive move from Anthony Edwards. Get to the basket, man. They can't keep you from the basket. SGA driving it down. Kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace, a right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Good fly-by defense from Dante DiVincenzo to rush out there and contest. Comes Edwards bringing it down the other way. This should be the last shot. He spins off of Caruso. In the lane. Kicks it out. DiVincenzo. In the left corner. He's going to pump fake. Drive it down to the basket. He goes under the rim. Kicks it out. Edwards catches. Pump fake. One dribble. Left corner 3, right corner 3, can't get it to go. It was halfway down. He can't get it to stay, though. SGA will walk it down the other way, and they're going to hold it for the final shot. 10 seconds to go. SGA up top being guarded by Alexander Walker. Dancing with it. Cross court. Kenrich Williams. He's going to put up the 3 over Naj Reid. Comes up well short. DiVincenzo with the rebound, and that's going to end the first quarter here, 29-25. Both teams going back and forth. OKC held the lead for majority of the time, but Minnesota right there. They're right there. I like the aggression of Anthony Edwards so far because you're going to need it to go up against SGA, man. You're going to need it. David Oz Jr. said, me and my dad followed J.R. Smith from 8th grade to the NBA. He's a good family friend. He also was a great wide receiver in football. Most basketball players are because the hell are you doing being 6'6" out on a football field, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. Especially in high school, right? You're like 6'4", 6'5" as a receiver. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Me and my family followed Kyle Anderson, like I said. We weren't close to him. He wasn't a family friend. Literally only knew him because he was in the neighborhood all the time. But yeah, we got to follow him a little bit. Had some family friends who were family friends with the Hurleys. So kind of just being around them all the time. Like in that group of people. So we got to follow him for a while. Went to go watch him win the state championship at the Rack at Rutgers. When they played St. Peter's Prep, so that was cool. I'll never forget that. It was a fun time. The crowd was chanting "Light Bulb Head," and I think that was genuinely one of the funniest chants I've heard a basketball crowd chant at the opposing player at. Truly hilarious stuff. Truly hilarious stuff, y'all. Delano said, I took stats for an NFL player when we were in high school. I'm so glad he made it. Yeah, that's always pretty cool. That's always pretty cool. Football is a lot higher chance if you have a really good football player in your school or maybe even just in your area. They'll make it just because there's a bit of a higher chance. There's more roster spots, obviously. But I hate when ESPN does this with their broadcasting, right? So they'll end of the quarter, cool. They're going to go to their benches. ESPN comes back from a commercial break. They have the commentator, in this case, Richard Jefferson, going over really quickly. Anthony, he just comes out. He's like, Anthony Edwards playing really well, quick decisions, getting to the basket, knocking down shots. And then that's it. They show like 2 or 3 plays, highlight plays, and then they go right back to commercial. ESPN broadcasting sucks, man. David Oz Jr. said St. Anthony's was the team to beat for years. They weren't just the team to beat. They were just the team. They beat everybody. You know, like it wasn't even, they weren't even concerned about state games. They would go and play the best teams from other states because they were so much better than everybody here. R.I.P. St. Anthony's, man. Obviously not around anymore, if you guys didn't know. Robin Schroed, up Robin. Here we go. Start of the second quarter. Holmgren just ball goes right through his hands to start the quarter. Hit ahead to DiVincenzo. Hands it off to Reed. Reed, a right wing three. He's the only guy who hasn't been able to get anything going. DiVincenzo has come out and knocked out a shot. Alexander Walker knocked down a shot. Those were three key guys off the bench who played terribly in that first game. DiVincenzo's playing well. Alexander Walker's playing well. Naj Reed's got to pick it up, man. He won Sixth Man of the Year. He's got to be the guy as J-Dub knocks down a fall-away jumper over him. Conley has it up top. He's back in along with DiVincenzo, Randall, Alexander Walker, and Naj Reed. Alexander Walker gets it over to Conley. Conley comes to his right, off the Randall screen. Pivots, gets it over to Reed. Reed being guarded by J-Dub. Naj Reed's going to back him down. Leans in, lefty layup. Gets it to go, gets a nice soft touch off the rim. J-Dub, quick crossover to his right. Swings it out to Caruso. They swing it up top to Wiggins. Wiggins kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace, a right wing three. Excellent ball movement. It can't result in a basket, but Naj Reed can't grab the rebound. Brother. Wiggins driving it down. They call the offensive foul. I think it's going to be on Chet Holmgren. He was fighting for positioning with Alexander Walker. Kind of just backed up into Naj Reed, knocked him over. Let's see it. Yeah, a bit of a moving screen, kind of coming over. Not a great drive from Aaron Wiggins, but he's trying to create some space. But drove it right to where Holmgren was. He had no choice but to try and suddenly set a screen there. Conley gets it over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo up top to Conley. Looking for an advantage. Conley's going to drive it down, kicks it out to Alexander Walker. Quickly swings it out to Reed. Reed down the lane, floater off glass. Got it to go. There you go, Naj Reed. Calling for him to play better. Knock down his last two shots. 10 minutes to go. Holmgren catches, pump fakes, coming to his right. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Wallace. Wallace jab step, dancing with it against Alexander Walker. Going under the basket, kicks it out to Caruso. Caruso, right corner three, high arcing, can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Reed. Quick bounce pass to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo dancing with it. Coming around the screens, kicks it over to Randall. Randall back to DiVincenzo. Quick catch and fire to the left wing, and that's the Dante we know. That's the Dante DiVincenzo we know. No hesitation. I'm firing this thing from the left wing, and he knocked it down. Minnesota retakes the lead after a 7-0 run to start this second quarter. J-Dub dancing with it up top, driving it down, half spin, fall away, foul line jumper, rattles it in. Naj Reed bringing it down. Quick crossover to his left, dancing with it against Holmgren. Kicks it over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, jab step. Gets it over to Reed in the post. Along the baseline. Now back out to Dante. He's feeling it. Left wing three again. He can't get it to go. Here comes J-Dub. Now over to Holmgren. He's going to fire a three, no hesitation. He knocks that one down. Chet Holmgren has 11 quick points. Had 15 the whole last game. Got 11 already. Early here in the second quarter. DiVincenzo swings it out to Alexander Walker. He's going to fire the threes. They don't really close out to him. Holmgren gives them the space, and he makes them pay by knocking it down. Here comes J-Dub bringing it down. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Getting real loose with the handle. Picks it up, kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace ran off the line. Conley knocks it out of his hands, but it goes out of bounds. Going to remain with the Thunder. 8:30 to go. Kick it out to Wiggins. Dante just falls asleep a little bit, but Wiggins can't make some pay on the inbound three. Naj Reed comes flying in for the rebound, and here he comes. Reed hands it off to DiVincenzo. He's dancing around the Reed screen, kicks it out to Randall. Randall's going to take it off the bounce against Caruso, putting his head down to the basket, puts up the floater, gets it to go for Randall's first basket of the game, and a timeout from the Thunder. Both teams going back and forth. No Edwards, no SGA, and the others, as you tend to call them, the Holmgrens, the Randalls, the DiVincenzo's, the J-Dubs, they're going at it here. And Minnesota kind of winning the minutes. Kind of winning the minutes. Veridify, what's up, Veridify? I think Minnesota might trade Naz Reid and sign and trade for KD. I'd rather have Naz Reid than KD. I'll tell you that. I'd rather have Naz Reid than KD. KD's 37, going to be 38 next year, right? Make sure we got that age right. What's KD's age? Oh. KD's age. Kevin Durant, 37. He's 36. He's going to be 37 next year. He hasn't played a healthy season in like 3 years. His teams are constantly unhappy. They get eliminated in the playoffs. He's got a very large contract. Get him up out of here. I'm good. He'll come in, mess up the chemistry. I'm good. Robin said KD going in the Heat. Good luck with that. Robin. Good luck with that. Daniel Tilson. What's up, Daniel? Daniel said, I'm the kind of fan that if it isn't my Knicks, I don't care. David said, Robin, you could have KD. You could have him. We're good over here. You want the 37-year-old, often injured guy who's never happy, who jumps teams every couple of years? Good luck with that. Shaq Hollis said, what would be your game plan going into tomorrow's game? Game plan wouldn't be too different to what they did last night. But I would cycle in Robinson and McBride a lot more frequently and a lot more often than Tibbs does. I have said all throughout the year that McBride should be playing more minutes with the starters. I don't care about who starts the game, but we shouldn't have to wait for 8 to 9 minutes in the first quarter and 8 to 9 minutes in the second quarter for Tom Thibodeau to make a substitution. Like Deuce McBride or Mitchell Robinson should be constantly subbing in and out of the lineup. We should be constantly getting these guys in. They are fantastic. The starting lineup is not it, right? You can start the game with them. They are your 5 best players, sure. But goddamn, man, get these other guys in the game. I would just be looser with my substitutions with those guys, you know? Especially with the way Deuce is playing right now. Like, he's knocking down his shot. He's extremely impactful defensively. We talk about the merits of Mitchell Robinson all playoffs long. He's been fantastic all playoffs long. I would try to cycle him in and out as much as possible as well. Doing that also keeps guys a little bit more fresh, and you have to be fresher playing against this Pacers team because they press you full court. They play a very fast-paced, all of the things. And so you don't have to go deeper into your bench, but you should be making substitutions a lot more regularly than he does. That would be my adjustment going into game 2. Not too much, not messing too much with the game plan. Some slight adjustments here and there, but we're back into it. J-Dub launches a 3. He can't get it to go. Dante DiVincenzo mistimes his jump. And OKC ends with the offensive rebound. And Cason Wallace takes Mike Conley off the bounce, and he gets an easy layup out of it. Conley up top gets it over to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo over the top to Randall. Bad pass from DiVincenzo. SGA saw it coming. He came over and just took it right out of the air. Swing it out to J-Dub. J-Dub back out to Caruso. He's going to line up the seams and line up the 3. Naz Reid bringing it down over to Conley. Conley over to DiVincenzo. And Caruso ends up fouling Randall, fighting for post positioning there. Delano said, I thought my Pistons needed a KD, but I don't know anymore. They'll still drop 35 points consistently. Yeah, man. And you'll lose in the first round. And your team will descend into unhappiness. And he'll get your coach fired. Robin said, do you miss Randall or is Cat better? I don't miss Randall. I do think Karl-Anthony Towns is a bit better overall. There are some things from Randall I miss. But and I miss him as a person. I kind of miss having him around. I like Randall. Good for him that he's doing well. But Cat is better. I don't miss Randall overall, but there's some things I do miss, and sometimes I'm like, man, especially when you watch him having it going when he's with the Timberwolves, it's like it's always feel good games when you see Randall have it going and he gets into bully ball mode. I do miss that. I miss bully ball mode from Randall. Mayweather said off topic, but thoughts on Mary Jane? She's the optimal love interest for Spider-Man. I'll tell you that, man. Right? Like get Gwen Stacy out of here. Get what's her name? Silver Sable and all the Mary Jane, the perfect love interest for Spider-Man. Conley, a left wing three, quick catch and fire with the shot clock winding down. Hartenstein grabs a big strong rebound and he gets fouled. And a foul on Naz Reid. And I'm gonna leave it at that, Mayweather, because that's not the time or place. Not the time or place, my man. Justice's dad said Caruso to the Knicks next season. Not gonna happen. The Knicks were in on Caruso. They did call up Chicago and try to make a deal for Caruso, but they wanted a young player, and the Knicks did not have any more young players. Shipped them out for what's his name? For Anunoby. I wish, man. I love Caruso. I've always loved Caruso. I loved Caruso when he was when he was with the Lakers, when he was first coming up. When he was the bald eagle. We don't really call him the bald eagle anymore because he doesn't get up the way he used to. And then he used to fly. David Osh Jr. said Kobe White to the Knicks. I'm good with Kobe White. I'm good. I like Kobe White, but Cason Wallace has to throw up the three with the shot clock winding down. Randall picks it up, gets it over to McDaniels, driving down the lane, puts it up off glass, gets it to go. Back to a two-point game, 41-39. Halfway through the second quarter, about 6:20 to go. Inside to Caruso. Caruso in the paint, puts up a little floater, gets it to go. Nobody really stepped up to guard him. Too afraid of the pass. Edwards is back in. Kicks it out to a dangerous pass to McDaniels. He's able to get it back. Kicks it over to a wide open three to Edwards in the right corner, and he knocks it down. There you go, Edwards. First three of the game. Past the halfway point here in the second quarter. 43-42. SGA swings it over to Aaron Wiggins inside to Caruso. Again, they leave him wide open in that short little mid-range spot. About 12, 14 feet away from the basket, and he knocks it down again. First time with a little floater. This time he settles for a little jump shot. Edwards up top being guarded by Wallace. Coming to his left off the Gobert screen. Pull up three. Over the contest of Hartenstein. He can't get it to go. Here comes SGA bringing it down the other way. A three-point lead for OKC with 5 minutes to go. SGA up top dancing with it against McDaniels. SGA puts up the three. Gets blocked by McDaniels. And he's able to corral the loose ball. Comes Edwards. Wallace will pick him up. Edwards is going to slow it down. Try to get it to Randall in the post. Fighting for positioning with Wiggins. Has it on the right wing. Backing him down. Cross-court pass gets picked off by SGA. Not a good decision from Randall. SGA driving it down against Edwards. Has it in the post against him now. Backing him down. Leans in. Fall away mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Gobert snatches a rebound. And here comes Edwards pushing the other way. Edwards putting his head down. Attacking all the way down the lane. Gets the layup to go and the foul. There you go, Anthony Edwards. There you go. Don't slow down. Don't look for a teammate. Just get to the rim. Get to the rim. Just as that said, Edwards keeps it close. He's hooping. I was asking for it. A lot of us were asking for it. Heard if I said our two most expensive players, they're fussing free throws? I don't know what that means, brother. I don't know what that means. Ronald said, I think y'all need him, and if y'all had Bam Adebayo, y'all would be elite. Talk about the Knicks. I think if you put Bam on any one of these 4 teams, they would be elite. Bam's a really good player. Monomotor said, how about Giannis? Who do we give up for him? Everybody and everything. That is the second or third best player in the league. Like, you give up anything and everything. That's what you would have to give up to get Giannis. Not happening. Unless you can make a weird Giannis for Towns plus a couple of other things trade, I don't think you'd be able to do that. Delano said him and Cat would be deadly. Bam's like 6'10". It would be. It would be. You have Towns at the 4 with Bam, an elite switchable center at the 5. Would be elite. Absolutely. David said, Cat or OG, and you have that to add Deuce is the only way it would work. And why would Minnesota want that? Right? Because they want young players so that they're not awful, and they want draft picks. And preferably, you want draft picks from teams that you're not trading Giannis to. So it would have to be a complicated 3-team deal, or it would have to be a team with that could offer picks that belong to other teams. Justice's dad said that OKC Nuggets series felt like it took a month. What happens when it goes 7, man? It takes 2 weeks. And in the second round, it was closer to 3 weeks. So it took close to a month. Wasn't too far off from a month. MBM reminding people of the like button. I appreciate you, MBM. I really do, brother. I really do. Solano said, how much does Giannis cost? Like $300 million? Giannis's contract. Giannis's contract, what does he sign for? Let's go to Sport Track. His career earnings is $283 million. But his contract right now is for like $170 million. He is signed to 27-28. Got a player option coming up in 27-28. So, yeah, and any extension he looks to sign, oh my goodness, Mayweather, brother, what are you doing, brother? Thank you. Thank you. Any extension he looks to sign will be for the max extension. Mayweather, my man, I appreciate you, dog. Generosity, too kind, man, too kind. To Sheffy, the Knicks, and June. Appreciate you, Mayweather. Knicks playing in June for sure, man. We're getting there. We're going to get there. What was that floater? The Harnstein floater. Got it to go down. We're back into it. Get it over to DiVincenzo in the right corner, driving it down, and he steps out of bounds. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It's a 2-point game. Edwards did knock down his and one free throw. Should credit him with that. And they call a palming violation on SGA. When do you see that called ever? Ever. When do you see the palming violation called ever, man? What the heck? In a playoff game? It had to have been super obvious. Edwards down the lane, kicks it out to McDaniels, a left corner three. He's had that open all night long. Fight for the rebound. J-Dub ends up with it, and he gets over to SGA. SGA on the right wing, dancing with it, being guarded by McDaniels. Coming to his right, going along the baseline, throws it up at the basket, can't get it to go down. He almost got it to go down. Gobert picked it up, but gets it taken right out of his hands by Dort. Back to SGA. Being guarded by McDaniels, fall-away jumper in the paint, got it to go. DiVincenzo up top to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Dort, coming to his right off a nice strong Gobert screen, a pull-up three over Harnstein, comes up short. Got to be able to get those to go down, man. Here comes Caruso bringing it down, gets it over to SGA, extra pass to J-Dub, a pull-up three from him. Edwards missed his, and J-Dub also misses his. It was in and out, though. Halfway down for him. Comes Edwards bringing it down the other way, one-on-one against Caruso. Gets fouled by Harnstein. Bird Device said, I love Isaiah Stewart. I think he's great to watch. Yeah. Lana Mona said, don't want iHeart to win the chip. Me either, man. Me either. I'd rather Dante and Randall win that chip, man. If not the Knicks, let it be the Timberwolves. Please. Please let it be the Timberwolves, if not the Knicks. Edwards gets a wide open three on the left wing. Halfway down, he can't get it to stay. Brother, you got to start knocking some of these down, man. The team needs you to knock down the open ones. You're not going to get too many of them. SGA dancing with it against Edwards. Coming off a Harnstein screen, leans in, draws the foul. He's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Gobert getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar yet again. Brother, keep your hands out of the cookie jar, man. Justice, that's a good Gobert Hall of Famer? Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly a Hall of Famer. Without question. Easily getting in. He is easily getting in. Or if I said call him Traderstein, I've been calling him Benedict Isaiah all season long. Kwame Robinson, what's up, Kwame? SGA knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Delano said, you don't love Stewie, you just love his fighting style. Sure, true. SGA goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Okay, Hazy said, second palm of the postseason, him and Brunson. I don't remember Brunson's palming violation. I don't remember that one. McDaniels fires a right wing three. He knocks it down. All right, McDaniels. They're going to need you to knock down some shots. And he has knocked down some shots. SGA bringing it down against DiVincenzo. Right baseline pull-up jumper. Gets it to go down, man. Gets it to go down. Under 2 minutes to go. Edwards kicks it out DiVincenzo. A right wing three he's looking to answer. Can't, as he misses it. Holmgren with the rebound. Here comes J-Dub. J-Dub up top, coming to it right off the Harnstein screen. Steps back, pulls it out against Gobert. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left. Step back. Kicks it out to Dort. Dort's going to line up a three over Edwards. He can't get it to go. High arcing rebound. Randall was able to grab, and Wolves call a timeout. Thought they were going to call Randall out of bounds, but they got the timeout off. Kwame Robinson said, think Knicks Pacers series reminds me of that Miller Choke series where the Knicks beat them in the end. So similar. It's one game. Let's play a couple more games. A couple. Just as his dad said, mid-June Knicks games are a nice birthday present. It's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to play this late into the year. You're one of the final four teams playing. One of the last four of the 30 teams, of the 30 fan bases who get to watch their team play. We have not been in this situation in a very long time. K. Hazy said, do you think the Knicks should put OG on Shea if it comes down to it? We will worry about that when the time comes, K. Hazy. We have Indiana to deal with. Just as dad said, I agree with Rudy Hall of Fame. He's got 4 Defensive Player of the Years. That's impressive. That's impressive. He could be as bad as he wants to be offensively. That man's got 4 Defensive Player of the Years. Edwards again to the basket, gets the lefty finish over Harnstein. There you go, Edwards. There you go, man. I'll let my timer tick all the way down, but we've got 1 minute to go here in the first half. SGA has it up top against McDaniels. Coming to his right, splits the defense, kicks it out to Holmgren. Holmgren pump fakes, driving to his right at the foul line. Pump fakes again, kicks it out the door. Now up top to J-Dub. J-Dub being guarded by Edwards, coming to his right. DiVincenzo switches onto him. Spins off of him, kicks it out to Holmgren at the last second. Gets blocked by Gobert in the three-point attempt. DiVincenzo picks it up and gets it over to Edwards. And Edwards has it up top, being guarded by J-Dub. Coming to his right off the Gobert screen. Dancing with it. Down the lane. To the basket. Lefty layup again. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Gobert knocked it out of his hands. He's got to be stronger in the paint with these rebounds, man. There's one thing I'll say. Mitchell Robinson is way stronger grabbing these rebounds. It just makes me appreciate Mitch that much more on the glass. A step back three for SGA over McDaniels, and he gets it to go down. Well contested. Did not matter. Edwards up top coming to his right, and they call a moving screen on Dante DiVincenzo. David said, JB can score whenever he wants, but we need more defensive effort, please. JB's not the issue, David. I don't know what you were watching, brother. The issue came from the guys who were supposed to be good defensively. OG Anunoby was bad. Josh Hart was really bad. Bridges struggled down the stretch, despite having a good defensive game most of the game. Right? Their job is to defend, and they didn't do their job. Brunson's job is to score and lead the team. He did that. He put up points, got up 43 points. The thing, I don't know why you're blaming Brunson for defense, is McDaniels fouls SGA. When the thing you should be blaming Brunson about is 7 turnovers. Can't have 7 turnovers. Right? As the point guard, as the leader of the team, as the hub offensively, you can't have 7 turnovers. Just as his dad said, these spam NBA stream commenters are a different breed. It's all bots, just as his dad. It's all bots. Someone automates it, sends it out to streams who are streaming about basketball. So SGA goes to the foul line, knocks down both free throws. Terrible end to the second quarter here as Edwards is going to fire a half-court heave, can't get it to go, and that's going to end the first half 58-50. 58-50. Kwame Robinson, refs like to just hand SGA the game. I haven't seen the refs give SGA one flop foul call. Every time he's gone to the foul line, every time he's gone fouled, every time he's gone a foul call, it's because he's gone fouled. Previous game, that wasn't it. But this here tonight, every time he's getting fouled, because he's getting fouled. Refs aren't giving him anything. He's taking it. Justice's dad said 140 to win is bigger than just JB. Yeah, man. Yeah. Look, here's the thing, man. If your job is to sweep the floors, I'm not going to be upset that you didn't wipe the windows down. Like, no one is looking at Jalen Brunson and they're like, hey, man, you didn't lock up defensively tonight. Like, you just need Jalen Brunson to be passable defensively. And he was, for the most part, like, we can nitpick a bunch of things. Like, I'm sure he missed a bunch of rotations. I'm sure he got blown by a handful of times and whatnot. But he was passable, right? I can't think of a time where I was like, how could Jalen Brunson? He was awful. They were just going past him all night. Like, that didn't happen. Not from what I saw. I could be wrong. I refuse to rewatch that game. I'm not doing it. But I could be wrong, you know? Just Dad said I blocked him, so it's a different YouTube account every comment. Just as Dad, I block them and I report them. You know? It's a different one every single time. It's a different one. I'm blocking and reporting any spam that comes into the comments, into the chat. You know? And on the other side, too, if your job is to wash the windows and you do a half-assed job washing those windows, guess who I'm going to blame for not washing the windows? I'm not going to go to the project manager and be like, hey, man, this guy didn't wash the windows well enough. Right? I'm not going to go to Tom Thibodeau and go, hey, man, OG Anunoby didn't play good enough defense. And he's going to look me in the face and be like, yeah, man, I've been telling him, like, where are you? You're supposed to be our defensive guy, and you're not coming through. At least he has been coming through. He didn't come through last night, is how I should phrase that. He has come through throughout, not just the season, but these playoffs in particular. Just as his dad said, Jaden has a legit grievance from last game. He does. The whole NBA world has a legit grievance about the way SGA was officiated last game. But look, man, like, he's going to attempt to do that and hope he gets the foul call. It's up to the officials to not give him that foul call. Just as his dad said that call, he didn't touch Shea and got the whistle. There was like 3 or 4 of those. That's the rough part. That's the rough part. You know? And you know what I also don't like about the discourse? Because I've seen a lot of people, and a lot of really smart people that I like too, have this discourse where they're like, hey, man, he's driving so much to the basket. Of course he's going to get these foul calls. And it's like, I don't care how many free throw attempts he has. That's not what I'm upset about, him getting to the foul line. What I'm upset about is him driving to the basket and creating contact, and then falling down as if he just got hit by a freight train. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's 9,000 times worse than anything Jalen Brunson does. It just is. It just is. You're 6'6", driving into a guy, there's minimal contact, and then you flail your arms and fall down to the floor. Like, come on, man. And there were even times where he was flailing and falling to the floor and nobody touched him. Like, that's the thing where it's like, really? Really? Like, also, the other issue, you're too good for that. You're so good at basketball. You're so good at creating space and getting your jump shot off. Why the hell are you doing these dumb, silly things? And the reason why he's doing it is because the refs are giving it to him. They're giving it to him. Anthony Edwards is 1 for 7 from 3, by the way. Like, dog, you got to knock down some of these shots, man. Jolano said, I think these wins are based on conference and grown man muscle and mindset. I mean, that's part of it. The main thing that it's about is execution, right? The main thing that it's about is execution. Can you execute the thing that you are game planning towards against the team who is game planning to get around the thing that you're stopping them from doing? So it's about which team can execute their game plan best. You normally don't see large swings in game plans in a series. You see minor micro adjustments and maybe one big swing, right? Sometimes a starting lineup change, sometimes a matchup change, but it really just comes down to whether or not you could execute your game plan at a high level, right? For 48 minutes. Like we saw with the Knicks executed their game plan for 46 minutes the other night. You know? I would say less than that. I don't think it came down to the last 2 minutes. I think it genuinely came down to the last 5 minutes. So they executed their game plan for 43 minutes last night, and then everything hit the wall when they stopped doing the thing that helped build them a 15-point lead, right? Just as his dad said, JB isn't the issue ever really. The only times Jalen Brunson ever becomes an issue for the Knicks is when he's really bad defensively, which happens occasionally. He just is, most of the time it comes during the regular season and not really during the playoffs. During the playoffs, you should be locked in. Everybody's been locked in. But the only times Brunson is genuinely like actively hurting the team, and we see this, is when he gets into a pissing contest with his matchup defensively, right? When they put like a Dyson Daniels, we saw it earlier during the regular season. He did it with Dyson Daniels. He's done it with Alexander Walker for the Timberwolves, funnily enough. He does it with Neesmith. He was doing it with All-Star Thompson during the Detroit series, where he gets into these pissing contests where he's like, "Oh, you think you can guard me? I'm just gonna go one-on-one here. I'm gonna bump you and bump you and bump you and bump you and try to foul you out." That's when Jalen Brunson becomes a problem. Because it's like, no, man, no. And I know you're a great one-on-one player, but like not against literally one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Please stop doing that. I know you can score on him. We don't need you to score on him. We have Karl-Anthony Towns. We have Mikal Bridges. We have OG Anunoby. Like, we have other options offensively. We don't need you to go one-on-one with the best defensive player on the court. We don't need that. We don't need that. That's not smart basketball. That's when Jalen Brunson becomes an issue. And that happens very few and far in between. But that's really the only time where it's like, all right, JB, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the only time I've ever felt that way about Brunson in his game. And, happens every now and again. But like I said, very few and far between. Just as his dad said, ESPN keeps talking about last night's game during this one. Maybe the East Coast location. Seems enough. Maybe the East Coast location? What do you mean by that? I'm not listening to ESPN, though, so I wouldn't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Just as his dad said, second and third quarter was impressive for the Knicks recently. That's layup line Mikal Bridges, man. He got them in them layup lines. Going and getting ready, getting warmed up for those third quarter starts, man. Who would have guessed coming out of halftime, if we get into our layup lines and just work up a sweat and get active, we'll come out with more energy. Who would have guessed it? Shout out Mikal Bridges for kind of saving the season with that, Kay Hazy said Josh and JB tend to have the same defensive problems on the same night. I don't know if I entirely agree with that. Like, sure, you could say Brunson has the same defensive problems every night because he's going to have the same defensive problems every night. He's small. He's going to get switched on to guys that he's just not capable of guarding because of his height. He's going to try to stand them up when they try to, bully ball him and back him down. He's going to try to stand them up and force them to shoot a 12 to 15-foot mid-range jump shot. Hopefully he doesn't foul, and hopefully they miss it. And, usually the game plan with him also is to hedge and recover when he's involved in screening actions and not necessarily to switch unless it's absolutely necessary. And the times where he gets burned is when he's trying to hedge and recover, but somebody, either Josh Hart or Anunoby or Bridges, gets caught on the screen and he has to switch because he's trying to hedge and recover, but then he gets caught in no man's land in between. It's like, now I have to switch, but now he's in a bad position. That's when Jalen Brunson's bad defensively. Part game plan, part the fact that you're trying to hide Brunson because he's not a good defender and all of the things, but the Josh Hart issue is way different in my opinion. The Josh Hart issue is the fact that he just has these lapses where he's not focused or paying attention, and he constantly, and he paid the price for it last night with Nembhard cutting back door on him. He constantly gets left in the dust off ball, right? And it's just like too far off of a guy, and they swing the ball over to him, and he has just enough space to get the shot off confidently. Like, no, man, you need to be up close to these dudes, right? Or it's just losing track of them as they cut back door on him, and the next thing you know, they get an easy layup in a clutch situation like Nembhard had last night. Those are the Josh Hart issues, where he's constantly out of position. Josh Hart is constantly, when he has bad defensive nights, out of position. And that's not something I say about Brunson. Brunson's usually in position. His issue is just size, right? And if the team defense isn't good enough where they can fight over and he hedges and can't recover, and he can't hedge and recover and he has to switch, that's when you can get into trouble. Brunson's not a very good defender. Just as his dad said, Mikhail Lamplines is a meme if we get into the finals. I would argue it's already a meme. I mean, they low-key fixed, maybe even high-key, fixed their third quarter issues. Remember, they were awful in the third quarters during the entire Detroit series until like the last 2 games or so. They were awful in the third quarters. Until Mikal Bridges was like, hey man, how about we get out and do some layup lines before the third quarter starts so we're a little bit warm and we feel the ball in our hands and we get a couple of baskets to go down, right? Just crazy. Just crazy. Just as his dad said, JB and Mitch could have a better connection in game, but that's all. But that's about all that could obviously be improved on. Jalen Brunson's just not a very good lob thrower, and that's obviously Mitchell Robinson's game. Brunson's just not a very good lob thrower, and so the Brunson-Robinson connection is ever rarely occurs. I do think that they have pretty good connection working the pick and roll, like working screenings. Like Robinson, I think screens much better than Karl-Anthony Towns does. Towns almost hardly ever makes real contact with the ball handler or with Brunson's defender. Robinson at least like looks to make contact with the defender to try and free up Brunson, while Towns is more occupied with like, all right, I'm setting the screen, I'm in the spot, but like really just give me the ball. Like he's setting a screen so that he can be open offensively, while Robinson is setting a screen so that Brunson can get open offensively. That's the difference between them setting screens. I think Brunson and Robinson have more of a connection when screening, but it doesn't result in lobs for Robinson. That's the main issue with that. Just as his dad said, that alley to Mitch was nice last. Would like to see more of that. Yeah, he's just not good at it. He's just not good at it. He's not good at lobs. Lob is like an art form, right? Could low-key be something to work on in the offseason, but like it's sometimes you either have it or you don't. And it just doesn't seem like he's got the lob in his repertoire like that. Not to the level that we need him to have it for Robinson. Just as his dad said, this is the most even-keeled team the Knicks have ever had emotionally. Well, they had Randall for 5 years, and Randall was an emotional dude out on the court. And that spread throughout the rest of the team. Like the team takes on the identity of your best player. And so they were an emotional team for a while, led by Randall. Randall has since calmed down during his tenure with the Knicks and has been pretty damn calm here with the Timberwolves. Just as his dad said, Mikal, OG, Deuce, Mitch, are so calm, it's crazy. I love Mitch, man. I love Mitch. Justice's dad said, Cat whines to the refs, and some JB flops, and Josh has issues. Yeah, all of those things are true. They do complain a lot to the officials, man. Like every team does, but you could feel it with them often. Just Dead said, Josh got beat a few times and is an amazing athlete, or he would be Big B. I don't know what you mean by that last part, but he's a great athlete, but he just gets spacey. He just stops paying attention at times, and he loses where his defender is. Start of the third quarter, J-Dub comes out and misses a pull-up three. Edwards falling out of bounds, saves it over to Conley. They swing it over to Randall. Randall in the right corner for a three. Too long, can't get it to go. Gobert, you have to grab that rebound. Hartenstein does not have good positioning on you. You have to be able to grab that, man. Hartenstein able to knock it over to his teammates. SGA has it up top, being guarded by McDaniels. Coming to his right of a Hartenstein screen. Leaning in, driving it down. Step back, fall away, jumper in the paint. Gets it to go. Not good enough defense. Not good enough defense. And a 10-point lead for OKC is opened up. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? Randall kicks it out to McDaniels. He's going to pump fake and drive it into the lane. Gets it knocked out of his hands. Dort picks it up. Here comes SGA. SGA over the top pass to Chet Holmgren. He hits the floor hard. Foul on either Conley or McDaniels, but Holmgren hit the floor hard, man. Hard foul from McDaniels. Knocked him over. Hattie said, Cat whines. But so do the Pacers. It was a wine fest last night. The Haim was kind of dead till the fourth, in my opinion. The Haim. What do you mean by Haim? Trying to figure out what word he meant. Also reminding people of the thumbs up button. Appreciate you, Hattie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mayweather said, have a good second half, my dude. Appreciate you, Mayweather, and I very much appreciate your very generous super chat earlier in the stream, brother. We're going to keep it up for the rest of the night. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm hoping this is a good game, but not trending that way right now. It's Gobert to the basket. Terrible layup attempt. Maybe Chet Holmgren got a piece of it. Here comes J-Dub driving it down, kicks it out the door up top to SGA, being guarded by Edwards. I would look to put Edwards on SGA and put McDaniels on J-Dub at a certain point. SGA, a mid-range pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Hartenstein rips the rebound away. Over to Holmgren, he can't get it to go. Dort rips a rebound out. Up top to J-Dub. J-Dub driving it down in a kickball violation on McDaniels, who got his foot in there. Justice's dad said, I'd rather have the best team and huge egos like LeBron just to get a championship before I die. For the Knicks, we have tried it all and never got one. I don't know what having a huge ego has to do with anything. I just want to win. I don't really care what the personalities are like. Just go get some wins, man. Gobert, an offensive rebound and a putback off a random missed layup. Finally, Gobert. He grabbed an offensive rebound with two hands and put it back up. Finally. SGA down the lane, scoop lay with the left hand. He can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Still can't grab it. They knock it out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Timberwolves. They catch a bit of a break there. Justice's dad said, how many wins does OKC have total? Well, they have 9 wins in the playoffs. They had 68 wins in the regular season, so they have 77 wins total this season. I don't know what they did in the preseason, but they have 77 wins total. Randall on the right wing, pump fake, step back, right wing three. Comes up short, fight for the rebound. Gobert able to grab it, puts it back up, airballs it, but he gets the foul call. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. With 9:19 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 9-point game. Got to give SGA one more point. I mean, the Thunder one more point. Gobert missed the first free throw. Rolano said, bring OKC, the dustpan, and just try not to get squashed next year. They're definitely taking it to the Wolves right now. The Wolves struggling to find consistent scores and stops against this Thunder team. Gobert does knock down the second free throw at least. Justice's debts at 77 total, getting 84 for them is wild. Yeah, they'd end up with 84 total team wins this year. Lou Dort fires a right wing three, can't get it to go. Gobert with the rebound. Here comes McDaniels. Over the top pass to Randall, and he gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. No 2 free throws. He got fouled on the floor, I think they said. Should be side out. No, they're going to give him the 2 free throws. Good job from Randall to get it up at the basket. Get the shot attempt up. He only got 2 points tonight. He's got 2 points tonight. He had 20 points in game 1. But only 2 points tonight. Randall knocks down the first free throw. There you go, Julius. Justice's dad said 84 celebrations in a season. Baseball team numbers. Absolutely, man. 68 wins in the regular season is crazy. And you also have to take into account they kind of let up in a couple of games here and there. Like, if they really wanted to push for 70 wins, they could have gotten to 70 wins if they really wanted to. I mean, they were 2 wins away from it. SGA up top being guarded by McDaniels. They get it over to J-Dub. Now back to SGA. Dancing with it against McDaniels. SGA back to J-Dub. Driving to his left on Conley. Pulling it back out, dancing with it. Quick crossover to his right. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Quick catch and fire to the right corner. Well short. Conley with the rebound, and they're pushing the other way. As I believe J-Dub fell in the backcourt. So it's a 5-on-4. They get it over to Randall. He's going to put his head down. Kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards pump fakes back up top to Conley. They swing it over to McDaniels. Swings through to his right. Spins back to his left. Knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up. Little fall-away jumper in the paint. He got it to go. There you go. Back to a 4-point game. Here we go. I like to see that. I like to see it. Keep it close. Let's do it. 7-0 run for Minnesota. SGA over to J-Dub. J-Dub pump fakes. Inside to Holmgren. Holmgren little floater, and he got it to go. McDaniels up top to Edwards. Edwards dancing with it around the McDaniel screen. Snaking it back to his left hand down the lane. And they call a foul. I don't know who was on, but they called the foul. Bernard Johnson, how you doing? I'm doing good, Bernard. How are you doing, man? A little tired. Just ready for tomorrow, if I'm being honest. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Randall on the left wing. Dancing against Caruso, backing him down. Backing him down. Puts up the lefty hook shot over Caruso. Got it to go. Like to see it, Julius. Like to see it. He can't guard you. You're no Jokic, brother. You're no Jokic. You're not going to be pushed around by Caruso. J-Dub fires a left wing 3 and he splashes it. Not what you want to see if you're Minnesota. Building some momentum there. J-Dub knocks down a 3, pushing it back to 7. Edwards on the right wing. Coming to his left off a Gobert screen. Kicks it out to Conley. Conley going along the baseline. Kicks it out to McDaniels. McDaniels going to his left. Across the lane. Scoop lay with the left hand. Gets blocked. Harnstein rips the rebound away from Gobert. Here comes J-Dub. J-Dub dancing with it against Conley. Putting his head down, attacking. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. Back to 9. Just like that. I don't know what my score is off, but it's 59-68, under 7 to go. Conley handed off to Edwards. All right, the ball's got to be in your hands, Edwards. You got to start taking some of these shots. Stop passing it off. And just like that, he goes to the basket. And he gets a layup to go over Harnstein, a sweeping hook shot. Bernard said, me too, I'm ready for tomorrow night's game. I'm ready, man. Let's do it. Yesterday was yesterday. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Caruso throws a terrible lob to Harnstein, hits the backboard. Here comes Edwards pushing, hit ahead to McDaniels, to the basket. Gets a layup to go. Back to a 5-point game. OKC goes on a run. Minnesota goes on a run. And that's not Scott Foster, by the way. Oh, no, Scott Foster is refereeing this game. I did see Scott Foster. He got his nose busted open to start the game on the jump ball. Hattie said, it feels good knowing we'll have a few years ahead of us of New York Conference basketball. Hopefully more than a few years. It may not be with this core, but hopefully this front office is good enough that they'll be able to pivot time and time again and be smart. We've seen them be really smart with their draft, and who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe Pacom is the next guy up, right? Maybe Pacom is the next guy up. They took a swing on a young guy in Pacom Dadie. So, you know, the reason why I'm so high on him was he was one of the youngest players in the draft, and the Knicks drafted him. It's normally not the kind of thing that this organization does. They don't normally draft young players. They normally draft players who spent multiple years in college or have multiple years of experience being professionals, like Hug Porty, who was a 4-year professional, I believe, right? He's 22 or 23. He had more than that because he was a professional before he was 18. So that's normally the kind of guys they go to, and you can see it. Tyler Kolek fits that mold. Kevin McCullough fits that mold. Ariel Hug Porty fits that mold. Emmanuel Quickly fit that mold. He was a 2-year player at Kentucky. Who else did they draft? Toppin was, what, a 3-year player at Dayton? McBride was a 2-year player at West Virginia. Who else did they draft? You know, like, they normally don't go for the young player with huge upside. But when they did that with Dadie, it was like, oh, are they going to trade him? No, they're not going to trade him. Are they going to draft and stash him? No, apparently he's going to come over. I was like, oh, well, he's going to spend all year in the G League. No, he's actually going to spend some decent amount of time up with the big league and practice with them and whatnot. It's like, oh, they see something in this kid. And in the limited minutes that we got to see him during the regular season this year, like, I could see it too. I'm really hyped and excited for Pacom Dadie. I mean, this is more future talk. This is off-season stuff. Hopefully we have a long time before we talk about this off-season stuff. But I'm really excited for the rookies. They won't be rookies going into next year, but I'm really, really excited for the young guys we drafted in this year's draft. Right? I'm excited for Kolek. I'm excited for Dadie and for McCullough. You know, I'm excited about Hug Porty. My only issue with Hug Porty is that we have Towns and Robinson, so might not need him. But if Robinson is healthy going into next year, who's to say that we don't start next year with Towns and Robinson as the front court, as the starting 4-5, and then bring Hug Porty off the bench as the backup big, right? And then you have that, and then you have Dadie and McCullough battle it out for the backup wing role. And then you have Kolek battle it out with whatever veteran point guard you bring in for the backup point guard role. Like, I'm excited for next year's squad. I'm excited for it. But we'll have to wait until next year to figure that out. We come back, and J-Dub misses a pull-up 3. And now Randall's going to drive it down, kicks it out to Reed. Reed at left corner 3. He's wide open. And he continues to miss fire, man. They need you to step up, Naj Reed. You're getting open looks, man. They're generating good open looks for you. SGA down the lane, gets a scoop lay with the right hand. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway point. 70-63. Edwards up top being guarded by Caruso. Coming to his right. Hands it off to DiVincenzo. Coming to his left. Down the lane. Kicks it out. McDaniels, a wide open left corner three. Comes up short. Good rebound from J-Dub. He'll bring it down. J-Dub up top being guarded by DiVincenzo. Coming to his left. Driving it down. In the lane. Swings it out. Caruso, right wing three. He comes up short. Naz Reid with the rebound. He's going to bring it down. Hit ahead to Randall. Randall on the right wing. Being guarded by J-Dub. Up top to Reid. Reid, quick crossover. Down the lane. Draws a foul on the pass. Hazy said they seem to have a lot of faith in McCullough at the end of the season. He was impressive. He was impressive. He was impressive in the G League, and he was impressive in the small amount of minutes he got in some of those blowouts. Like he looked the part. He was aggressive. He was energetic. He brought a different kind of vibe and energy. The defense was there. He was good. He was good. Naz Reid grabs an offensive rebound and gets fouled. He should be going to the foul line. 2 free throws here. Patty said, Bakom, Huck, and Kolek, let's go. Future of the team, man. Future role players for the team. Should be. It should be. So Naz Reid is at the foul line for 2 free throws. It's a 7-point game. He knocks down the first free throw. There you go, Naz Reid. Just as his dad said, you can't possibly like the Sixers and Knicks. It's physically impossible, pretty much. Randall grabs the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. He goes back up and misses it. Randall, brother, come on. But still battling on the glass. They save the possession. It's going to remain with the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo gets it in the Reid. Reid out to Alexander Walker. Back over to DiVincenzo. Throws it over the top to Randall. He's got SGA pinned down low, and Lou Dort comes over and slaps it out of Randall's hands. Here comes SGA driving it down, draws the foul, gets the bank shot to go. He's going to the foul line for one more. Back to an 8-point game. Just as his dad said, SGA is on fire, left-handed. He drew the foul, heard the whistle, flipped it over the basket, and banked it in. SGA does knock down his and one free throw. And here comes Edwards. Back to a 9-point deficit. Minnesota's done a good job of answering these runs from OKC, and OKC's done a good job of answering those runs. It's been a bit of a game of runs here. Let's see how Minnesota responds. Down 9 now. Alexander Walker to the basket. Can't get the scoop layup to go. Lou Dort over to Caruso. Caruso reverse layup. Got it to go. Now 11 and a timeout for Minnesota. Holmgren with 14, J-Dub with 15. He's 7 for 12 from the field as well. Only 1 for 5 from 3, but 7 for 12 from the field. He's missed 5 shots. 4 of them are from 3, so he's only missed 1 shot inside the arc. Jeez Louise. So he's 6 for 7 from 2-point range. Jeez Louise. Harnstein with only 4. You love to see that. But he's rebounding the hell out of the ball. He's doing his thing. He's doing his job. SGA with 26. He's hooping, man. They can't stop him right now. Getting whatever he wants. Lou Dort, 5 points, 7 boards, 2 steals. Doing Lou Dort things out there. Caruso off the bench with 9. Jason Waller with 2. Not getting much help from the others, but DiVincenzo, I don't think, has scored here in the second half so far. They're going to need some contributions from him. Alexander Walker's 2 for 2 from 3-point range. He hasn't taken one also in the second half so far. Naj Reid has been rough tonight. He's done some good, but 0 for 3 from 3-point range, 2 for 5 from the floor. Like, they just need more from you, man. You're supposed to be six, you were the 6th man of the year last year. You're supposed to be in those conversations. You're supposed to be a huge part of your team. And you just haven't contributed enough. Edwards with 18, but struggling now to kind of find his spots to get to the basket and keep his team into it. He's got 18, 8, and 4. 8 for 19 from the floor, though. 18 points on 19 shot attempts. 15 for McDaniels. Only 1 rebound. No assist. 2 blocks. I mean, that tends to happen when you're guarding the guy with the ball in his hands most of the night. You're not going to grab a ton of rebounds. Julius Randle with 6 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. 3 turnovers. Very Julius Randle-esque game. 2 for 10 from the floor, 0 for 3 from 3-point range. He was in Fuego the other night, and you got to take advantage of the nights where Julius Randle can't miss from the perimeter. 0 for 3 from 3-point range tonight. Justice's dad said Isaiah double watch. What does he have? 4 and 8, 4 and 7. Yeah, still a lot of time left. You can get 3 baskets. You can get 3 drop-off dunks, especially if they get it going. Right, and they start blowing this one open, and then they're having real fun. Minnesota's hit 9 threes. OKC's only hit 5, and yet they're still up by 11. Free throws, 7 for Minnesota, 13 for OKC, so they doubled them up on the free throws. SGA's hit 7 all by himself. 32 rebounds for Minnesota, 33 rebounds for OKC. You have to beat OKC up on the glass. You have to. Whoa. Whoa, that was crazy. And Lou Dort calls it another turnover. Ball's going to go back to the Thunder. This is not trending the way you want it to trend. SGA up top dancing with it. Inside pass to Holmgren. Back out to Dort. Now over to SGA. DiVincenzo switched on to him. Driving to his left. Another mid-range baseline pull-up jumper. He got it to go. He's just getting to his spots, man. He is just getting to his spots. I know it's difficult to stay in front of him, obviously, but it's really easy for him right now. And Caruso fouls Naj Reid. And Minnesota's in the bonus, so Reid's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Not good defense from DiVincenzo at all. Playing too close to SGA. SGA blows by him, then gets to the baseline, and DiVincenzo thinking he's going to go all the way to the basket, outruns him. SGA is wide open for the pull-up jumper. DiVincenzo doesn't even, he's not around him, and he doesn't even get a hand up to contest. Naj Reid knocks down both free throws. No, he splits them. My bad. Splits the free throws. Not good enough, Naj Reed. Not good enough. Ay, 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 ay. SGA into Caruso. Caruso's going to drive it down. Takes it out. Wallace, a right wing three. He splashes it. Here comes the Thunder. 15-point lead for them. Here they come. Here they come. Alexander Walker up top, coming to his right of the Gobert screen. Inside pass to Gobert. Gets knocked away. A bad pass from Alexander Walker. Wallace is pushing it. Throws the lob to Holmgren, and he gets the dunk to go down. And another timeout from Minnesota. It's up to 17. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Justice's dad said one free throw in the first half. One free throw in the first half. Justice's dad, it was on the Anthony Edwards and one. That was the only free throw they had. Justice's dad said, Wallace breaking through? Yeah, he's had a phenomenal year this year, man. And OKC is bringing in a really highly ranked guard next year, really big guard, Nikola Jovic. They drafted in the last draft, but he's redshirted his rookie year with an injury. You know, and they have the 15th pick this year. Like, the rich just get richer. The rich just get richer. Justice's dad, again, with his favorite stat and simultaneously the worst stat in basketball, the plus minus. Justice's dad said the Wizards are getting rougher every year, every season. They're getting better. You gotta get it ugly. It's gotta get bad before it gets better. They're getting better. They got some really good, fun, interesting young players, man. I like Sarr. I like Koulibaly. I like Carrington. And those are the only young guys they have that I like. But, you know, they got some interesting other guys. They call a foul on Caruso, fouling Anthony Edwards. Justice's dad said Conley plus 5 is telling. Telling of what, Justice's dad? What is the plus 5 telling of what? Tell me. What does plus 5 tell you? What does the plus 5 tell you, man? Edwards knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Hey, Hazy said, I realize now I don't like young teams. I don't like old teams either, though. You just don't like anything, K. Hazy. Edwards knocks down both free throws. 15-point game. 2:30 to go. You know, OKC is a really difficult team to make a comeback on. Inside pass to Dort. Dort gets blocked by Edwards, and Edwards is saying, challenge it. Minnesota's going to use their challenge here. Absolutely a picture-perfect block by Anthony Edwards. I don't even see where you could call a foul there. $15-point deficit. 15-point deficit. My score's off. I'm sorry, guys. Boom, boom. I gave 1 point to the wrong side. 82 to 67, 15-point deficit. Still the same. Score was slightly off, though. Justice's dad said, I like plus minus for efficient on both ends stat. It does not tell you anything, Justice's dad. What does Conley being plus 5 tell you? What does it tell you? Charlie B. Cruz said, what can you say with the result of the NBA first and second all defensive teams with no OG Anunoby, no McHale in it? McHale absolutely did not deserve to be in it. He was very inconsistent defensively all year, actually flat out bad to start the year defensively. He got better as the year went on, and he's been good here in the playoffs, but absolutely did not deserve to be on it. OG Anunoby is an interesting one. I didn't really look too much into it, but you know, I guess you just got to be better, man. Got to be better. A lot of good defenders in the league right now. Unsuccessful challenge from Minnesota. I don't like it. I think that's marginal contact. I think it's a clean block by Edwards. Bird, if I said New York is a medium team, not too old or young. Yeah, they're right in their primes. They're all in their late 20s. Just as his dad said, have to run creators on the bench and roster. Plus minus gets that info stat for me. It doesn't, plus minus doesn't tell you anything, just as his dad. Doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you who was playing with who. It doesn't tell you who they were playing against. It doesn't tell you what situations they were in the game for. It doesn't tell you anything. It is a compilation stat that doesn't tell you anything. Right? Very few times is the plus minus stat something that can be looked at. Very few times. Edwards goes to the basket and he gets fouled. Dort split a pair of free throws. Dort undrafted. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Just as Dad said, plus minus is my stat because I watch the NBA for entertainment. But the plus minus doesn't tell you anything. Even if you're watching it for entertainment, it does not tell you who's playing well and who's not. It doesn't tell you anything. Edwards knocks down both free throws. Minnesota has to end this quarter strong if they're gonna want a chance here in this fourth quarter. 14-point deficit. Dort a left corner three. Splashes it. Oof. That is a heartbreaking shot right there for Minnesota. Edwards bringing it down, coming to his right, down the lane, kicks it out to DiVincenzo. He's looking to answer with a left corner three of his own. He can't. Fight for the rebound. Wallace ends up with it. SGA over to Wallace. Wallace is going to drive it down, shoves it over to Holmgren, and Holmgren throws it down over DiVincenzo. And a technical on Chet Holmgren. Edwards misses the technical free throw. They don't even get the free point out of it. Kay Hazy said, looking at the defensive stats for OG, he was perfectly in the middle of the best centers and the best defensive wings, blocks, steals, etc. In my opinion, his versatility was better than anyone in the league. Yeah, he could also be getting dinged a little bit because he's not a flashy defender, number one. And number two, he was on a pretty mediocre defensive team. Randall up top, driving to his left, down the lane, gets it knocked out of his hands. It's going to remain with the Wolves, though. Just as his dad said, Dort plus 26 means nothing to you? Means absolutely nothing. Means zero. And an offensive foul on Randall, as J-Dub drew the foul. That's a terrible call from Tony Brothers there. Tony Brothers continues to be one of the worst officials in the NBA. Let me see it one more time. Come on, man. Come on, man. What is Randall supposed to do there? J-Dub just flops and takes a dive, and Tony Brothers gives him the call. Come on, man. SGA coming to his right, off a screen, leans in, draws a foul. He's going back to the foul line. DiVincenzo came over and knocked him down. Tony Brothers continues to hold the trophy for the worst official in the NBA by far. Justices that said Zubac had the Kawhi effort this year. Zubac was good. He was really good. Really good. He was in the running for most improved player. I'll tell you everything about Zubac. He really, really has found a groove. SGA knocks down both free throws. Minute to go here in the third. 21-point game. DiVincenzo almost turns it over. Naz Reid picks it up. And another steal for OKC. They bring it down. SGA up top, being guarded by Randall on a switch. Gonna dance with it. Kicks it over to Wallace. Wallace, a right wing three. Oof. 24-point lead. And we're going to end it there. We're going to end it here. No need to watch this fourth quarter, man. Edwards down the lane, flips it up with the basket, gets it to go. Tough move. SGA will bring it down for what should be the final shot of the quarter. 71-93. SGA out to J-Dub. J-Dub swings it over to Dort, back up top to J-Dub. They can't get the basket. DiVincenzo fires three-quarters court. Can't get it to go. It's a 22-point deficit going into the fourth quarter, y'all. 22-point deficit going into the third quarter. Oklahoma City won that quarter 35-21, a 14-point lead. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. Solano is pulling out the brooms already, man. He is pulling them out already. Charlie said, for me, Shea is the most forgettable MVP ever. Trying to think. Most forgettable MVP ever. I guess the only guy I'm thinking of in modern times, not Steve Nash, not Big Steve with his back-to-back MVPs. Justice's dad said SGA is a multi-time MVP. You all remember him? Let's let him get to multi-time MVP status first, right? Let him get two in a row. Let him get 2 or 3, where we call him multi-time MVP. Let's see how Minnesota opens up this fourth quarter before we call it a night. Let's see. Could be a miraculous comeback. I highly doubt it against this OKC team. If you go down 20 against them, your night might be over. Your night might be over. We start in the fourth quarter here. We're going to go back to commercials, ESPN. Back to commercials. Cool. Michael Brown, what's up, Michael? Looks like the Timberwolves are going to get swept. Look, man, OKC won 2 games in OKC. Big game 3 going to Minnesota, man. Big game 3. Let's see. Let us see. He said, I thought you were going to bed. My rule is if it hits 25, I'm out. Because 25, 26-point comebacks don't happen, especially in the playoffs. Also, 26-point comebacks in a quarter don't happen. Let's see. It's a 22-point game. Let's see how Minnesota comes out. And if they go down by 25 plus, we'll head out. Let's check it out. Check it out. They come out, hit 2 threes, and all of a sudden it's a 16-point game with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like, all right, possible. Let's see. They got some work to do. And call a foul on Aaron Wiggins. HK Delgado, what's up, HK? Why do you think the plus minus is the worst stat in the NBA? Because it doesn't tell you anything about the game. It lacks context. As Alexander Walker knocks down a 3, like I said, if they come out and they knock down like 2 threes in a row, there's no context with the plus minus stat. It doesn't tell you who the players are on the court with. It doesn't tell you who they're going up against. It doesn't tell you, like, are they going up against a bench unit? Are they going up against starters? Did they start the quarter? Were they playing with other complementary role players? Were they playing with end-of-the-bench guys? Or was it at a point in the game where the game was so much out of hand that the other team kind of let up off the gas and they were able to score a bunch of points? They called a moving screen on Arnstein. Here we go. Like I said, if they knock down 2 threes with 10 minutes to go, 11-19 to go. Conley bringing it down over to McDaniels, driving the baseline, leans in, kicks it out. Reed a right corner 3, can't get it to go. Would have been huge. McDaniels a rebound though, kicks it out to Conley, swings it over to Alexander Walker, catches, pump fakes, down the lane, scoop lay with the left hand, and he got it to go. Just as his dad said, don't like movie reviews or trailers, so he doesn't like plus minus. I do love movie reviews and trailers. I love movie trailers. Movie trailers are fun. Spins gets blocked by Reed out of bounds. Plus minus lacks context. Movie trailers also lack context, but reviews don't lack context. As a matter of fact, they're nothing but context. Harnstein hands it off to J-Dub. J-Dub bounce pass to Harnstein, who fumbles it in the paint, but he's able to grab it and throw it down. Hate that guy. Back up to 19. Alexander Walker rushing it down. Gobert hands it off to Conley. Conley driving it down in the lane, puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Gobert trying to grab the offensive rebound, out of bounds. Going to stay with Minnesota. I'm a purist for movies. My top 10 is crazy. I'm not a purist for movies at all. I like very, very nostalgia-bait movies. My top 10 movies would include things as McDaniels to the basket, draws a foul, and Caruso. It'd be things like Toy Story. What's on my list? Spider-Man. The Dark Knight. Truman Show. The only pretentious I went to film school movie that's on my top 10 movie list is La Haine. It's a French film. Very fun, very good. Not a fun movie, but very good. Very good, very introspective. I like it. Top 3 movies you have to watch right now? Like movies that are out? Or movies that came out recently? Like top 3 movies to watch right now that you haven't watched? Watch a movie called All My Friends Hate Me. Good time. Watch Sinners. If you haven't watched Sinners yet, watch that. J-Dub a follow-away jumper. Follow-away jumper gets a nice friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Back to 19. We got to give Minnesota their 2. I didn't even realize who knocked down the 2, but they got a 2. If I got Sinners and All My Friends Hate Me, Reed flips it up with the left hand and he gets it to go down. A third movie to watch? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for a third. Harnstein fighting for the offensive rebound. He can't hold on to it. It's going back to the Timberwolves. It's a 17-point game, y'all. It's not insurmountable. 9:30 to go. Justice's dad said, my wife's ears perked up when you said Lahane. Yeah, watch it. It's good. She's got good taste in movies, if she likes it. Got great taste in movies. Very fun, very introspective movie. Bad pass from Naj Reid. Caruso picks it off. He's bringing it down. A lot of contact, no foul call. And then loose ball foul in OKC. Caruso's upset. Last movie you left the theater just turns the channel? Or that I turned the channel to? I don't have cable anymore. I have YouTube TV. I don't go to the theaters anymore unless it's an event movie. Unfortunately, I did not get to see Sinners. But you should see it. I'm just going to wait until it comes to streaming. I'll watch it then. Last time I went to the theaters was probably a Marvel movie. I can't even remember, man. Probably some Marvel movie I went to go see. What was the last Marvel movie I watched? SGA missed the jumper, by the way. Still 80-97. Edwards is going to come back in. Naj Reid driving it down. Contact with Harnstein. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. What was the last movie I went to go see in the theaters? I don't even know. It's been a while since I've been to the theaters. Man, I'm really trying to think. I have not been to the theaters in a long time. I did want to go see Sinners. I just couldn't find the time. Justice's dad said, war movies are rough to sit through. They are. I don't like war movies. I like to have a good time. I like to walk away feeling good. I like feel-good movies. Do you go to Broadway in New York? I do not. I've never been to Broadway. I've been to off-Broadway, but I've never been to Broadway itself. SGA driving it down. Pump fake, leans in over to Harnstein. 82-97. It's a 15-point game. Not insurmountable. And a timeout from OKC. Mark Dagnall wants to talk some things over. 15-point lead with 8:29 to go. They're going to make us sit through the rest of this game. Robin said, last movie I went to go see is Twister. My son is a storm chaser. That's cool. Twister I heard was good. Twisters, with an S, the sequel. Marilyn Tinsley says, Lion King is so good. I've literally heard nothing but good things about almost every Broadway show that's out there, right? But yeah. I'm still trying to think about the last time I went to the theaters, guys. It was some Marvel movie. Had to be some Marvel movie. What was the Marvel movie we went to go see in the theaters? Let me look up the last Marvel movies. All Marvel movies. It'll jog my memory if I see it. What was the last one we saw? Or maybe it was a DC. It was some superhero movie. Maybe it was a DC movie. Not Marvel. Got to be MCU. I did hear good things about the Thunderbolts movie. That's cool. That's fun. I'll wait till that comes to streaming. What was the last one I saw? You got me with that one, man. List the MCU movies. Just go in order. Are we in phase 6? I guess we're down in phase 6. Deadpool and Wolverine. That's what I went to go see last. Deadpool and Wolverine. Very fun movie. Very fun. Had a good time. Marilyn Tinsley Marvel movies are good. They're fun, good turn your brain off movies. I like to turn my brain off at the movie theater. I like to turn my brain off during movies. Iron Man was an event. Iron Man? I mean, I've literally never had or seen a theater experience like Infinity War and Endgame. That was crazy. That was a crazy time. That may be the last movie event we ever see. Right? I mean, even before that, what was the last big major event where it's like, oh, everybody's got to go see this movie? Star Wars? In the 70s? Was it Star Wars before Infinity War and Endgame? I'm not even talking about box office. I'm just saying, like, what was the last time there was an event where it's like, oh, we all have to go, like, in the theater, we're going crazy. I know, like, meme stuff has popped off, like the Minecraft movie and whatnot, and kids are going crazy for that, but Marvel teasers at the end, Justice is Dead. Yeah, they're getting silly with the teasers, though. Like, too many teasers that have gone nowhere. Like, I'm over it. I'm over their teasers. Hey, he said Marvel needs to reset or something. 2 decades of the same story is too much. Yeah, they'll reset with Fantastic Four, and when they bring in X-Men, they'll have some sort of a reset. Dort fires a 3, can't get it to go. Harnstein knocks it out, though. Got to be able to grab that rebound, fellas. The 15-point game, you force a miss. Now SGA along the baseline, in and out, can't get it to stay. Reed able to grab that rebound. Comes Anthony Edwards, 15-point game. Show me something, Ant. Show me something. Dancing with it against Wallace. Coming to his right. Pulls it back. Over to Gobert. Back to Ant. Coming to his left. Pump fakes. Takes those dribble up. Gets it over to McDaniels. McDaniels against Alexander Walker. Going to the basket. In the paint. Gets the layup to go. Okay, Alexander Walker taking it to the basket. Take him to the basket then. Charlie said in the 90s, a lot of NBA players have their own or had a part in their movie. Now they're a zero. Yeah, I mean, they dedicate all their off seasons to perfecting the craft, man. You don't got time for none of that. Anthony Edwards had a small part in that basketball movie, that Adam Sandler movie. Edwards to the basket, misses the layup. Come on, dog. Can't be missing layups here. Did SGA just score? SGA, I'm not even paying attention when the Thunder score. SGA bringing it down in the paint, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go, but he draws a foul. Going back to the foul line. Justice is Dead said Marvel's kind of washed. Yeah, I mean, every movie used to be like an event. Like, oh, you have to keep up with the MCU. You got to watch the next one. It don't even matter anymore, man. Like, I'll just watch the big ones. Like, I'll watch Fantastic Four. I'll watch Thunderbolts when that comes to streaming. What other one am I like? I didn't watch the new Captain America movie, Brave New World. I didn't watch the Marvels. I watched Black Panther 2 because I wanted to see that. R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. Wanted to see how they handled that. Justice is Dead said, is Ingles hurt? He is not hurt. Not that I know of. Maryland said, hope the Knicks win tomorrow. Me too, Maryland. Me too. We need some positivity in here. Our one goal the last game was for the Knicks to not kill the vibe. And they absolutely mutilated, destroyed the vibe. They took it behind the shed and destroyed it. Unrecognizable. Alexander Walker shoves it over to Gobert for a two-handed slam. But you can't be trading baskets, man. It's a 14-point game. Can't be trading baskets. Some full court pressure against SGA. dancing with it, pulls it back, hesitates, puts up the floater, draws a foul on the floor. J-Dub's going to drive it down, lefty layup, gets it to go past Gobert. Got to be a rim protector, Rudy. You got to get there, brother. You got to get there. Edwards coming to his right, a pull-up three over Holmgren, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Gobert able to keep it alive, but then Caruso knocks it out of Alexander Walker's hands. McDaniels just shoves SGA to the ground. That's what just happened. That's what little fracas was there. That's going to be it, though. I think we're going to wrap it up here. But McDaniels goes ahead and just shoves SGA to the floor. I think that's it. That's frustration boiling over. So I'm going to wrap it up, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Maryland said heartbreaking was that last Knicks loss. Just outright painful. Yeah, we got to move on, though. Yeah, it was. And we reveled in it last night. We've had all day to revel in it today. We'll have, and you know, like, we got to be over it by tomorrow morning. Because it's game day tomorrow morning. That's the beauty of basketball. Beauty of basketball. K. said, calm McDaniels. I mean, that's the issues you have with Jaden McDaniels. He just gets frustrated and just takes it out on the court. Like, come on, man. Just that's a hostile act. Yeah, it's going to be a flagrant foul because he intentionally pushes him. It's not a basketball play. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because OKC is going to win it. It's a 16-point game with 6 minutes to go, and Minnesota has a chance, but do I think they'll be able to do it? Not with McDaniels losing his cool like that. I think it's over. Edwards is, 1 for 8 from three-point range, so he doesn't have it going at all. That's going to be it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Kay Hazy, Justice's dad, Drolano, Robin, Marilyn Tinsley. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll obviously be back for the main show tomorrow when the Knicks take on the Pacers in Game 2. Gotta pick up a win, right? Let me state the obvious. Gotta win that. Gotta win tomorrow. Dutch B, appreciate you. Remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and get a good night's sleep. We're going to need it for tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm out one more time. Thank you to Mayweather. If you're still in here for some reason, I know you said you were heading out at halftime, but shout out Mayweather for his very generous contribution. Thank you to everybody for hanging out with me here tonight. See you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, I'm out. Bye.